I try and ignore the bright red nose where I absolutely just KO'd myself. But yeah, see, synced in and all ready for makeups. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so if you've just come from my skincare video, that means that you guys commented and asked enough for a makeup video that I'm gonna do a makeup video for you guys as well. So this is my makeup box right here. It looks freaking huge. My mum got me it to help out with starring all my makeups. My makeup routine isn't anywhere near as drastic as this would make it look. It's more just a place that I shove all the makeup. I don't use most of it, but it's all there. And I can just grab bits out of it and put it in a bag when I have to travel, so it's really handy for that. So as you guys could probably tell, I like a lot of Asian skincare products for my skincare. I also have a few of them in my makeup routine as well. And the one thing that I would say is the foundation that I'm going to show you guys that I use won't go on well unless you do an Asian skincare routine. And what I mean by that is unless you really focus on hydrating your skin as much as possible, the foundation that I use will just go weird and cakey and not very nice. It needs like loads of moisture underneath. So on that note, I know I did some of this before we did the end of the skincare, but I'm gonna put some more on now, which is just this spray on primer by Smashbox. Smashbox primer water. It's awesome. It should last a long time. Mine don't, because I'm like, I mean, I've literally got it there. You don't need to fake having it, Claire. But also, you can spray that during the day and it will just like refresh your makeup. Also, if you put powder on and you've got that powdery look at the end, spraying that on, it will get rid of that powdery look. You won't look chalky. It's amazing. I love it. So first things first, I'm gonna put a tiny bit of primer on the areas that I need it. Here are the two primers that I use. I've got this Arborian, which I showed you guys in the skincare video, matte cream, and also Pony, who is actually like a YouTube, she's on YouTube, she's also on Instagram. I've got glue on my hands still, I'm so sorry. But Pony Effect from Seoul, but I've been watching her on YouTube and on Instagram for years, and I absolutely love her. So I've been really excited to try out some of her skincare. It's taken me a long time, and it also takes a long time to arrive. But this is great. I'm just finishing off like this one because there's no point not using a product. It's gonna go out of date, so I'm using this one for the moment. Primer, basically you put on to make your foundation and stuff go on nicer. And the way I use them is I use them on my nose because, like I said, if my nose gets oily, it's gonna like mess up my makeup. But also, I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but my nose doesn't really absorb makeup very well. It just kind of sits on it and doesn't really do, it just like wipes off really easily. It's just quite annoying. So I find that primer helps with that. And then the other place I'm focusing on it is underneath my eyes, because it will stop any makeup sitting in any creases under my eyes and getting that weird creasy look. So there we go. I don't put primer all over my face. I know some people do, but I just don't find that, I don't know, I just don't. Lazy, probably lazy, let's face it. Okay, so this is the foundation that I use. It also has glue on it. Everything I own has wig glue on it now. Look, can you see the glue? Wow, this is just literally so gross. There, look, cleaned it for you guys. This is the Pony Effect Everlasting Cushion Foundation in Nude Beige. One thing I will say about this is I'm sorry for my darker skinned ladies. Anything to do with Asian skincare comes in like 3 shades. Like pure white of snow, white of paper, vanilla flavored wall. Like that is it. There is really not much variation. I think this might be one of the darker shades, and I'm fairly pale, but I use a darker shade of like Korean skincare stuff because their stuff is so incredibly pale. But the reason I use this is because it looks like this. So this is like a cushion, like a foundation cushion, and then you get this like little pad to put it on with. And if you're like me and you're useless at putting on skincare and it just like putting on foundation, you just get these awful streaks, this is your friend because this is so much better, like so much easier to put on and so much quicker and goes on so much nicer that I find it really hard to go back. Previously I was using the Arborian BB Nude. I also really liked that was so nice. It's not heavy, it's quite like a light foundation and I loved it, but it's just not as easy to put on as a cushion, so I'm sorry. So like I said, this stuff is not going to go on nicely unless you're hydrated. So I got this tip off another YouTuber. They actually watched his video before I bought this foundation because I wanted to like see a review of it. He is called Edward something. One sec. Here. Edward Avila. His videos are so funny. Tip I got from him is using this Etude, is it Etude House? Etude House? another Korean brand, and this is their Glow On. It's like a face spray, but in his review, he was like, it's a little bit like meh. And I agree, like this does the job so much better. But what it is good for is wetting your little cushion pad before you put it on your face. So I'm just spraying it on, getting it all nice and juicy. Stop using the word juicy. Then you just push it in, see the pod, like this. Get some on. It's not gonna come on really thick and strong. Then you just tap it on. How freaking easy is that? Literally, you just tap it on. You see that going on? So much easier. Like, so much easier. My nose is still bright red from where I smacked it. Getting it all in my wig, which is not great. And if this dries out, I like put a bit more on because I like it to be quite wet. Make sure you use less product too. That's one side of my face with it and one side without. That is pretty drastic, isn't it? Like, the redness has just gone down so much. That redness though is because I literally just finished using my skincare, and I also put it on probably a lot faster than I would ordinarily do because it was for a video. And also I punched myself in the face with a letter, so that was not ideal. That is one side with, one side without. I'm gonna show you the other side like close up as I do it because I'm so professional. You see some like wig glue close up. You, by the way, tell that I broke my nose when I was younger. It's like so weird, and like line isn't straight down the middle. Kind of annoying. That just so easy. So easy. It should be illegal. It even does the nose crevice. Like, that is impressive. Really wish I didn't hit myself like in the face with my nose, or else you'd have been able to get like a better idea of how good it like looks on my nose. But because I hit myself in it, it's kind of still looking a little bit red. I always get like a little bit of a product buildup on my eye there, so I just have to like gently push it away. Finish off my little forehead. That's the whole of my face covered. So, like, so much easier, so much faster, and so much easier than trying to put it on with my hands, which is what I used to do. I don't have like brushes. I know I've done it over my eyebrows, but it's fine because my eyebrows are like way too thin, so I'll be drawing them on a bit darker. I'm gonna go like around here a little bit. Notice as well, it's a little bit paler than my skin tone. Well, that's because one, Korea, but two, I feel like it's easier to go from a lighter base and like bring out the shadows than it is to go from a darker base and try and bring out the highlights, if that makes sense. Then the next thing I do is I find that like I said before, I'll bring you guys a little bit closer. My under eyes can look like creasy if I'm not careful. So the first thing I do after my foundation is on is like get this. What is this? God, I'm useless at this. You can tell I'm not like a YouTuber. So this is the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Powder in Sheer. e.l.f. again, I think is a completely cruelty-free range, so that's awesome. They don't test on animals. I think a lot of their products are vegan as well, so that's really cool. And I basically use it under here. Like, can you see already? Like, let me show you. Like, can you see that the foundation has started to just sit in the area under your eyes? Like, it's super annoying. I think everyone's does it. So I get this and like brush under it and like just push it into the where those creases are, and then one that's like, what am I doing? And then one, it should stop those creases from coming back. But two, like a lot of people, you can just use this and then like you're good to go, really. But I have to use a powder. Like, I love the look of like that glass skin, but it's not for me because my skin's too oily for it. It will go from glass skin to like oil skin real quick. It looks like really white. Don't worry, I'm pushing that. I'll push that away. But it is literally just to stop those little creases coming back. Boom. I don't use it across my whole face because that would be ridiculous. So instead, I use the e.l.f. HD, I think it's called banana powder. e.l.f. HD banana powder in, you see that? Soft Luminance. Basically what it's meant to do is, it's meant to like fill in your, it like gets rid of your pores basically. It's like, goodbye pores. Because it's so fine, like it's so insanely fine. And you like pour the powder into the lid, like, oh gosh, yeah. That's how fine it is. Like, it's like dust, which is good because then it kind of like goes in every little crack and it's not meant to look as cakey. You can put it on with a brush or with the little powder puff you get with it. I'm just gonna be lazy and do it the exact same way as my foundation, which is like, in fact, what I should have done on my nose is use my e.l.f. green correcting stick. Then it wouldn't be so red. Why did you not think of that, Claire? Put powder on it now. This is where like any actual makeup YouTuber would be like, what are you doing, Claire? But it looks so red. Yeah, this is probably a bad idea. Okay, there. I think somehow we clawed it back. It looks a little bit less red than it did before. Okay, so we all powdered up now. We're gonna move on to Bravanta. I feel like as well, most people do eye makeup first and then put their makeup on around it. I don't know how people do that. I don't understand that. That looks really hard to me. So I've got this Smashbox. It's like a contouring palette, step-by-step contouring palette. I've never quite understood how to contour. So basically, I just mix these two together, the two brown ones, and then I just kind of like bring cheekbones back out a little bit. I really don't like to put too much like of this on because I don't know. I kind of just embrace the pasty life. It's just like a little bit so that you don't look look like, I don't know, like a white cheese board. And just like around my forehead a little bit. I used to contour my forehead like loads before I got the wig, but it's kind of hard now with the wig, so I'm just like, use this to kind of blend, because let's face it, we ain't putting this on with any kind of precision at all. I'm pretty sure all my brushes are like Real Techniques brushes, which is like I think they're actually YouTubers. I like their brushes, so they're the ones I use. Also just some of these little cheapy Boots Spectrum brushes, mainly just because the colors at the end is really pretty. And then this I sew in the same Edward Avila, oh, memory like a sieve, which is the 16 brand contour shot, filter shot contour peach. And I never actually contour my nose generally, but I got this just because it's fun. And you kind of just go down the middle, like you see it's like a bronzer and then like pink in the middle, and then you just kind of go like this. You have a white middle strip and brown side strip. I use it more for the fun factor than anything. Makeup should be fun, right? And then I just sort of blend those side bits in a little bit with like my bronzer thing. And that's the nose done. Then these are some of the, like, I love putting pink on. I love putting blush on so much. We've got Pony Pony Meme Box. Again, same brand, Pony Syndrome. And this is Galaxy Pink. This is like the one everybody uses, so I got it for that reason. Oh my gosh, Claire, so much wig glue everywhere. But yeah, Dandelion by Benefit. I got it to try it and then found out that Benefit's not cruelty free, so I was kind of glad the one in my town went out of business. Sorry, Benefit. And then again, Elf, Always Rosy. Elf stuff's pretty cheap as well. Is it? Come on, show. There we go. Always Rosy. Elf stuff's pretty cheap, so I like that. I'm gonna try the Pony one today. Sorry, this one as well. Body Shop Bubblegum. But it's a bit too like harsh pink. I like a more floofy pink. Yeah, I kind of go ham with this stuff. I don't have much color on my face, so this is how I bring it back. Put it like on my cheeks up to my eye and then like gently brush out a little bit like this. In real life, I don't look as white as this. I might turn this down a tiny bit. Get like a little bit more of a realistic color, but you can't see me. Yeah, I really like putting blusher on. Which is a little bit weird, is I kind of bring it over my nose, because otherwise I feel like your nose stands out on your face a little bit if it doesn't like blend in with everything else. So I know that's kind of weird. I like having a bit of color in the middle of my nose. I know we just spent like 10 minutes getting rid of the red on my nose, but we added it back because I'm stupid. Okay, so I like where my skin's at right now. We're feeling good. I'm gonna move on to the brows. So I have a bit of a drama with my brows in that all the brow colors I have are for my actual hair, not my wig hair. This is like way lighter and redder, but we're just gonna work with it. I use e.l.f. again, ultra precise brow pencil. See how I keep doing the wrong way? Cold brown, which as you can tell is the complete opposite of my hair. But I like this because it's really tiny and it lets me draw my brows on pretty accurately. My brows, I draw my brows thicker and straighter than my actual brow, which I know is weird. I also don't bother wiping it off. Like my brows have makeup on them, but whatever. I'm trying to make it a good view for you guys. Is that okay? I straighten out underneath like so, and then that's still super archy, but I have a very naturally archy brow. I'll do the same, but with this one I actually come out a little bit further, because I don't know if you can tell, but this eyebrow starts further back than that one. Thanks God. So straightening out underneath that one as well. There we go. Underneath is done. Can you see how different the color of my brows is now? It's annoying. We have a workaround. It's called using my bronzer for my brows and then drawing on top. This is, you can see how much thicker I go now. So that's one. This is my shorter brows, so I have to extend a little bit at the front. They look scary right now. Like, look at that. Oh! It won't stay like that, don't worry. It's more like this is like a guide for where my bronzer's gonna go. I have like my eyebrows, they're not sisters, they're cousins, okay? Okay, they look super weird and scary now. That is ridiculous, Claire. But don't worry, there is a plan. So because this is so much closer to my hair color, so I try and bring it back. I should have just bought a new eyebrow pencil, but so I just kind of rub this in now and just kind of hope for the best. They look especially bad today. I don't know why. Yeah, they look like really like... So... what I do is the e.l.f. has like a little brushy with cat hair. This is like the gross makeup she's sorry. I've never been able to do that, like, you know, the brows that like gently like fade in. Mainly because I draw my brows bigger. And I've tried those, you know, like those brow tattoo things where it's like individual little flicks. Now they're garbage, they don't work. We ain't glossier up in here, okay? Mine ain't that beautiful natural because I just don't have enough eyebrows for that. Now they're a gradient. I get this and calm them down a bit. I'm kind of trying to draw strokes on. I'm not very good at eyebrows. I find them really hard. I end up just like almost like drawing them on way too much. They look a bit fluffy at the front now, right? That looks kind of more like real eyebrows. And the color's better as well. Look, when you zoom out. They're not perfect, but they ain't bad. Okay, this is where Claire lazy makeup tactics come, oh, wrong way. Come into full force, because the good way to make your eyes look bigger is draw like, extend them a little bit on the edges here. I hate using liquid eyeliner. I absolutely hate it. This is what I use instead. Eyebrow pencil and then smudge it. It looks super messy, but like I draw under here. It doesn't need to be neat because we're gonna smudge it anyway. So it's just like, oh, that's fine, that's fine. Again, it's like, oh, your eyes look scary, but don't worry. There's logic to this. Because with the help of lazy tip number 2, which is I use my bronzer as eyeshadow because I'm lazy. But I actually blend like that nonsense we did before a little bit too. I know it looks really messy, but just give me a sec. I have literally so many eyeshadow kits. This is what I find myself doing every day just because it's so much easier and lazier. And look, my eyes look bigger just from doing that. Sure, if you did it properly, you can make them look bigger and you can put the flicks on, but CBA with that. Another fun tip is if, again, same stuff, bronzer. Bronzer goes everywhere on my face. If you do like a line like underneath your bottom lid, just a really gentle one, just like this, you get like the Ayego, is it Ayego? It makes it your under eyes look bigger too. So my eyes are looking pretty big right now. And if you use like the lighter color and draw it, like, this is like not my day-to-day makeup, I'm just showing you what you can do, and like over exaggerate your under eyelid and make your eyes look even bigger still. Pretty big eyes right now. Before we put mascara on, I'm gonna put my favorite bit on, which is my e.l.f. shimmer highlighting powder in, what does that say, Pearl Glow? Pearl Glow. And this is fun. I like putting like this on because it's like putting glitter on your face. Get a little bit on my little, I actually think this is an e.l.f. brush. Yeah, e.l.f. Boom. Everything's so dirty. I mean, it's covered in makeup basically and glue. I don't know if I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, otherwise I don't think you're gonna be able to see this. I put a little bit on the tip of my nose, just at the end here. I love that, the way that that looks. I feel like it makes me look like a Sims character. I sometimes put a little bit on here, but again, it can fall into the drawing too much attention to my non-straight nose, so I have to be very careful. And then a little bit on the inside of my eyes, again, making them look bigger. A little bit like under here, and a little bit under here, and a little bit here. I just like putting this stuff on, it's fun. Sometimes I even put it in the middle of my eye, like. And then a slightly bigger brush, it's that Spectrum one again. I think you can just get it from Boots if you're in the UK. This brush is actually too big for what I need to do, so I like squish it. This is a lazy makeup tutorial. And then underneath my cheeks here, like up to like all the way to the hair, I do mine. And it just like gives you this nice glow. I used to do the whole putting loads of like thick concealer under my eyes and then baking it, and it's just too much effort. Like, I know nobody got time for that, so I just do this. I don't know why it's related in my head, but it is. And then I just get like the end bit on my nose is a little bit like, I just do that to help it like blend in a little bit. And then I'm actually like, nah, it's too cute, I'm putting it back. And then the mascara I'm gonna be using is just this e.l.f. Keep Your Curl. Like, my favorite mascara of all time is this one. It's the Bonjour Ultra Care, but it's animal tested, I think. So I'm trying to reduce the products that I use that are animal tested, so that was one that had to go. This one I'm not 100% sure of because it's got like the brush is weird. The brush is weird. You have to do this face when you put it on. I don't know why, you just do a little bit on top. I don't like to put loads of mascara on because I feel like it goes underneath your eye during the day. Oh, I'm right and cute. When I finish my makeup on my nose has started to run because it runs all day and ruins my makeup. It's about the time where Ali's like, oh, have you got makeup on? Oh, you look nice. Have I got makeup on? We'll just walk up like this. Oh my gosh, can you see my nose? I have what's called a surgical drip from where I broke my nose and they fixed it. So my nose just runs all the time. Yep, that's me dabbing my nose on a little headband. For the most part, we're done. This bit's fun because I feel like it goes from like no lips to lips, but I kind of use a cotton wool wood and just like apply on saliva to get rid of any makeup on my lips. But what I do is go slightly above my lip line just to make my small lips look a little bit bigger. And I've got like some of these lip stains, style Nedavia or something. I got them from Yes Style, so I thought we'd just try one of those. This one is in Pink Break. Oh, it's kind of similar colour to my own lips, that's good. It's kind of very pink, very pink. I probably wouldn't have gone for that one. I've also got Daffodil. This is just me now like ruining the look of like put nonsense on my lips. I often don't even put anything on my lips, so I don't know why I'm including this in like, here's my makeup routine. Here's me trying things on because I'm bored. Well, that's red. Okay, whatevs. And we are done. Which means the part that looks like I'm about to ruin all my makeup, but I promise you I'm not. I get my Smashbox primer water again, and I go to town. So we like... That's way more than you need to use, and afterwards you're like, oh, God, you've just washed away worry. There's a reason. I really don't know why I went for bright red lips, but it's almost sunk in. It'll finish off sinking in, but it like pushes your makeup in, and it means like your makeup doesn't have that like, it's still drying, but it doesn't have that like cakey look of like too much like powder. But also like the good thing about that foundation is you can still see like, I still have pores. It's not like, and there we go. Oh no, my band has been on for too long. This is my hair now. What do you think, guys? And yeah, that is my day-to-day makeup. Well, the only thing that's different between my daily makeup and my night out on the town makeup is eyeshadow. So I don't always put eyeshadow on. That's like a high effort thing, and by eyeshadow I mean I don't always use my bronzer on my eyes. And then lips, like lips are the big thing. I think as soon as you put lipstick on, oh glue, Jesus. Yeah, I think lips are the one thing that make people go from, oh, have you got makeup on to, oh my gosh, you're wearing too much makeup, just because. Yeah, that was my makeup routine. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think in the comments below. Is there anything I'm doing badly? Is there anything I should change? Let me know in the comments below. And hopefully this video has been useful to you. If I had like one makeup tip to change, I would put it into skincare, to be honest. I'd say put SPF on. But if I had to do it specifically for makeup, I would say consider switching out to a cushion. There's loads, it's not just pony, like there's loads of different ones, because it's gonna make putting your foundation on so much quicker. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big cheeky thumbs up, and any other kind of real life vloggy kind of stuff you want to see, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.